thanks to the supporters of channel member Tim Babbage. Oh, boys and girls, you know the drill by now. It's Friday. That means a likes goal. Normally, Non-League to Legend is a Monday to Friday, 5 days a week series. You've not let that happen yet during FM26. Long may it continue. 5,000 likes on this video before 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. I'll release the next episode then. And I mean, you're going to want the next episode then, because this is our transfer window after our promotion to the National League. So you're going to want that continuation to see how we get on in the National League, aren't you? So make sure you leave a thumbs up, please. And there is the beautiful inbox message that we've all been waiting for. Bedford crowned champions. I am being asked to do some squad planning for next season. What I'd quite like to know is budgets for next season. I don't think have I already had them? I must have already had them. I must have had them at the end of the last episode and not realised it. And right, that means we need a plan. Give me my squad plan. In fact, forget the squad planner. Give me my squad, because we have already been renewing a few contracts. It's 2028, so we've got these guys are renewed. Graham, our backup goalkeeper, and then Canaville, Compton and Cena, the spine of the team, are all renewed for another season. Liam Middleton we're going to try and sign permanently to be Cena's partner in the promised land of the National League, and then everybody else is out of contract and we need to decide who we want to keep. Obviously the loans we can't really do anything with. There's a few players who want to leave or who we've just decided aren't up to it. Terrell Whitaker, Jaden Davidson wants to leave because I haven't used him enough. But then there's the likes of McLeod, who we probably are going to look to give a new contract to. And this is going to be our first summer testing out if Sports Interactive really have fixed ridiculous contract expectations from players at this level. In fact, let's test it out with McLeod. Last summer, he would have asked for like $1,000 a week at this point. If he asks for something more sensible, even 400, 500, 600, bearing in mind the promotion, I'll consider that fixed. What's Andrew McLeod going to ask us for? For goodness sake. I mean, what am I supposed to do with this? He's on £390 a week at the moment. He wants $1,000. Now, he's started. Can we see how many he's started? He's started 29 games. So 2/3 of our games he's started. He is one of our better players in midfield. The only problem is he's a natural central midfielder and we don't play with one. So that's why sometimes we bring Canavelle in to go alongside Compton, because he's natural in that position, whereas McLeod isn't. But he is young and he is very good. But he's not £1,000 a week good. If we look at who our highest paid players are, obviously some of the loanees are on a lot of money. But Casagrande is the only player at the moment who's on £1,000. And I think we can all agree he's earned that over the course of his time at the club. He can stay on that. Davidson is on quite big money and is leaving. Morton's on Morton's on quite big money and leaving. Compton's on 750. I think that's the comparable, isn't it? McLeod should be on the same sort of money as Compton. Right, let's have a conversation with this young man. You need to lower your expectations a lot. Let's push him down to 650 and see what his response to that is. Well, no negotiation at all. Let's try again at 750, which is the amount Compton's on. Oh, he's going to come down £25 a week. Well, two can play at that game. We'll go to 775, 950. We're getting somewhere. 800, 925, 825. He's still going to be one of the highest paid players at the club. It is only a 1-year extension, so we're going to potentially have to do the same thing again next summer. But I think that's okay. We've got to take into account we have been promoted. Our budgets are now higher. So that's not disastrous. Can we... Where is he? Where's Middleton? See, that's worrying. We could have got him for $4,000 previously. Can we still get him for not very much money? Not $4,000 then. When we tried before, they were happy with 4,000. So this is really annoying. I mean, what about 7.5? 73. 10? 70. Yeah. This is not going to happen, is it? We're not going to be paying money for Middleton, so Middleton won't be here. we've got a lot to do. It is the bottom line. So I think, bearing in mind it's only April, contracts don't expire until the end of June. We've got plenty of time to do some scouting, decide who we want to keep, extend some contracts, and then 1st of July, as usual, we'll bring in a bunch of trialists. So I guess that's where we are. Well, this is simultaneously exciting and terrifying. We're expanding the stadium. We're adding in another 1,300 seats. But it's going to cost us 775,000. 400,000 of that is a grant. Does that mean the rest of our money has been spent on it? It doesn't look like it does. So that indicates we've probably taken on a loan. So if we look on here somewhere, debts and loans, yeah, we've just taken out quite a large bank loan. Repayable over 10 years, so it's actually only $4,000 a month it's going to cost us. So it shouldn't impact things too heavily. And I would like to think the additional income that we'll get from being able to get more bodies through the door will hopefully more than balance that. So, I mean, it's positive. The club, very much forward thinking. They've been putting me through my coaching badges all the way through. Hang on, have I offered you another new contract? I must have done that before we even secured promotion. I haven't done that today, that's for sure. Where's Casagrande? Casagrande has signed an even more. I mean, past Kev, you rascal. I know you love the guy, but that's a lot of money. That is promotion excitement hubris you're seeing just there. Well, it should be fine. He's a very good player. And there's McLeod's new contract confirmed as well. I'll get back to doing what I was doing, which is deciding who to give new contracts to. We do, however, have a nice little gift from Past Kev, who has got us 3 Premier League reject rascals, 18-year-olds, all coming in. So we've got Gio Smith, who is a midfield player. I mean, if I'd have remembered what Past Kev had done, I might not have given McLeod as much money, because here we have a McLeod regen. Gio Smith, 2.5 stars of current ability, 5 stars of potential, good enough to potentially be a League One player one day. He comes in from Manchester City. We've also got Christopher McCaw, who's an 18-year-old, again, central midfielder, a little bit more attacking, 2.5 stars current ability, 4.5 stars of potential, a League Two player one day. He's come in from Arsenal. And then we've got Lee Gedling, who is an 18-year-old left back. Again, lots of, less potential, 2 stars of current ability, 3 stars of potential. I mean, he's going to be the backup for, of course, he's the one who came from Spurs. Of course he is. Of those 3 clubs, he was always going to be the least good, wasn't he? We've also given Strachan a new contract. It looks like my director of football has not got the memo that we've got lots of midfielders, and he's trying to bring in this guy. So we need to give him a little bit of a scout, because we have no idea if he's actually any good. Although having played, if we can get this guy, that would be outstanding. He's been playing regularly in League Two, League One for Bedford. Not for Bedford, we're Bedford, for Burton. I've won Manager of the Year, which is also nice. And Dion James has gone out on loan for the season. The young winger from, you might remember him a couple of years ago. He's down to just 3 stars of potential now. So, he's probably not going to make it, but he's gone out on loan to do his thing. We've got some more young players coming in. He's the pick of the bunch from this year's youth intake, Ethan Thompson, who's another midfielder. It's just midfielders. We're going to play an 8-man midfield, I think. I can't extend loans. We've got no money. I can loan that guy out though. So as it stands right now, it's the middle of May. So we've still got 6 weeks until the free transfer day ticks over, but we have got 2 keepers. We've got Casagrande and Graham. Strachan is in as a left back with Gedling as his backup. Alfie Taylor is a non-contract player. So, we did play him a lot last season. We might have to give him a contract if we want him to stay, because Halifax are sniffing around him. But we've got starter and reserve at left back. We don't have a right back at all currently. Maybe we'll bring keep Anne Robinson in. We've got Cannaville and Taylor sort of at centre-back, so we might have to look at bringing in Kirk. Someone did say, why have I not made Kirk my captain? Because then I could talk about Captain Kirk every match, which is a reason to give him a new deal. We'll have to see how much he wants. Midfield, we've got Compton, McLeod, the youngster Finn Towler, who's still got loads of potential. Plus, obviously, the two new youngsters who've come in who aren't showing on here yet. We'll move them up into the first team squad. Cannaville, of course, can play there as well. So I think we're good for central midfielders. Up front, we've got Cena. Gio Smith can play there, but he's really a midfield player. Middleton. Is Middleton on loan for next year? That doesn't seem right. No, he's not. I don't know why he's still showing on there. So it is just Cena that we've got up front. On the left, no one really. On the right, no one really. Obviously, it's been mainly loans there this season. So there is a lot of business still to do. Well, that has been an eventful few months of lots of contract negotiations, a few very expensive contract renewals, and some of our favourites leaving the club because we just couldn't get them to agree. And international player has come in as a permanent signing. He's 37. I wanted another old man around the place. So our team, or our squad, as of the 1st of July, before we get involved in bringing in loads of trials, we've got Casagrande as the goalkeeper, Graham as the backup goalkeeper. At left back, Strachan did renew his contract. Not as expensive as it could have been. £725 a week. I can live with that. And then we've got the new boy Gedling as his backup. At right back, we have nobody. Anne Robinson has left the club. We currently have no captain, which is just as well that Alex Kirk signed a new contract. So I might make him captain just so I can call him Captain Kirk. 3 stars of current ability, 4 stars, 3.5 of potential for him. So he can cope with doing another year. But look how much money we're having to pay him. It's such a huge pay increase. We have also signed a big boy to partner him. Lucas Ness is a 26-year-old defender. 6'3", 3.5 stars of current ability, 4 stars of potential. He's previously of Notts County, where he's played multiple seasons of league football. So that would be League Two, presumably. Yeah. But he's got 2 full seasons in League Two under his belt. And he's 6'3". That's a proper centre-back for us. And then we've still got Taylor around as a non-contract. Cannaville, it has renewed as well. And we've also signed another big boy, 19-year-old, 6'4", George Shaw, 2.5 stars of current ability, 3.5 stars of potential. He comes in from Braintree, was previously of West Brom as well, as like a 4th/5th choice option, depending on if Taylor stays, depending on if Cannaville is defender or a midfielder. And of course, Strachan can play there as well. So left back and centre back probably sorted, but we need at least 1, if not 2 right backs. Central midfield is where things have gone bananas, though. Because we've got a couple of internationals. Matthias Uribe, 37-year-old Colombian international, 62 caps for Colombia. He has previously played for, amongst others, Porto, where he was a regular for 4 years, and has also done the rounds around Colombia, Mexico, Argentina, been out to Qatar, has been back in Colombia, and was playing for Atletico Nacional in Colombia last year, where he played 36 matches and -1 cup matches. Didn't play very well, but who cares? He's just the kind of experienced international player that we need in the National League. If you're wondering how I found him, it's a very reasonable question. My director of football went in for him. And we scouted him and was like, yeah, you know what? Fill your boots, bring him in. 62 international caps. And he's going to partner another international, Kegs Chalk, who we looked at before. 15 caps for South Africa, 4 stars of current ability. And he's been playing for the last several years for Burton in League One. I mean, he's got 3 seasons in League One under his belt. And yeah, again, he's not been playing brilliantly in League One. He's now dropped down to the National League, and look at that transfer value. Yes, we're paying him 1.8k a week. He's only on a 1-year deal. But if he starts well, we could sell him for 200 grand at Christmas, potentially. Or he could just be the best defensive midfielder in the league. I mean, there is surely not going to be a better double pivot than Uribe and Chalk in this league this season. Surely not. That is top quality. And then behind them, we've got Compton, we've got McLeod, and Cannaville can cover there. And we've still got the youngster Finn Towler knocking around the place as well. And then on the left-hand side, we don't really have anybody. Callum Morton has stayed around on a non-contract. Pretty much everyone else we've released, but Callum Morton's on a non-contract. and will probably get released when we replace him properly. We've got nobody who can play on the right wing, and up front we've got Cena, Morton as our non-contract guy, and Gio Smith, who's not really a striker, but can sort of play as a striker. So as a matter of urgency, we need at least one right back, a couple of right wingers, a couple of strikers, maybe a left winger. We've got to focus on the attack now. We've got a lot of money to do it because we've released the likes of Robinson, Whittaker, Davidson, Fleming. There's a lot of players who are on a lot of money who've left the club. So now we go out and we try and bring in our attacking players. If we have a little look at the National League, I want to see if we've got the best midfield in the league, because I feel like we have to. No, we don't. This is going to be a difficult league, isn't it? At the moment, the media think we are going to finish mid-table, 11th place. We'd take that for sure, but let's see what they think after we've brought in a load of excellent attacking players. People ask on FM26, how am I bringing in players in on trial? Because obviously we can't do it by director of football recommendation anymore. Scouted players is the way. If you do your scouted players, filter for unattached. We've got all of these guys who we can bring in on trial. So we'll bring in the best ones of those, both in terms of recommendation and probably current ability as well. That'll be like 20 players. Someone like Reece Dottin is available on a free transfer. We'd love to sign him permanently. Bradley Eonvian is somebody we've had in non-league to legend before. So there's names that stick out on there immediately to me. And then any gaps that we've still got from them, we can then use the transfer room to try and specifically go and find somebody. But at the moment, the priority is get a bunch of trialists in, and hopefully, I mean, Reece Dottin probably deserves to just be offered a contract without a trial. We know how good he is. How much is he going to cost? Not too much, to be honest. The loyalty bonuses, we don't have to pay that now, do we? Because we don't have any transfer budget. I get confused. I don't think that works the same way as the old signing on bonus. We don't want to give him that. I mean, I don't really want to push it down because there's going to be other clubs in for him. So I don't want to negotiate for a really good deal and then have someone else swoop in and give him what he's asking for. So I'll just give him what he's asking for, and everyone else can come in on trial, and we'll see how we get on from here. Hopefully, lots more players, attacking talent about to turn up. Well, a week of trialists coming in and out has resulted in a few more players coming in. As you can see, bunch of signings. Some of them we've done on non-contracts because they're gap fillers that I want to be able to release later on in the season because I am a monster. An example of that is this guy, Joe Gray, 25 years old, can play on the right wing, also up front or in behind the striker. But he's only 2.5 stars of current ability, 3 stars of potential. He's not someone we want to use long term unless he ends up awesome. But he has got decent pedigree of playing at this level, or at least being around this level. So happy to bring him in on a non-contract. And if he earns his spot, we'll give him a proper contract. Look at me trying to be financially prudent. I've lost my transfer history. Where did it go? We've done the same thing with Matt Butcher, who we brought him in because I asked him what position he played and he just replied with yes. Theoretically, he is another midfielder, but can also cover up the left-hand side and can cover at the back. Again, he's 31 years old, lots of experience of playing in and around this level and at higher levels. And we're just trying to pack the squad with some experience. Same situation with Cairo Mitchell, who's another one who's in on a non-contract, and he's 2.5 stars of current ability, but he's played like lots. I mean, he's scored goals at this level before. So we'll bring him in, and if he's rubbish, we'll bin him off. And if he's good, we'll keep him around a little bit longer. Bryant Balongo is a left back, 26 years old, probably will be the starting left back, but I'd got addicted to non-contracts at this point, so he's in on one of those as well. Another one with Football League experience. And then we did sign a couple of players properly. So James Tilley is a winger who can play on either side, left wing, right wing, 3 stars of current ability, 30 years old. He's got lots of experience of playing in the Football League, was previously of Wickham, Wimbledon, Grimsby, Brighton, way back when. So don't mind giving him a big boy contract. And then Reece Dottin did sign permanently as well. We obviously know exactly what we're getting with him. He's back, having been here on loan with us last year. 4.5 stars of current ability, 5 stars of potential. 22 goal contributions for us last year. People will criticise his average rating. Luckily, I don't look at that. I only care about what I see him do. And what I saw him do was regularly be a threat down that right-hand side. So looking at what that does to the squad depth, we're certainly set at left back now. We could have got by without Belongo. We certainly don't need another one now. I think we're set at centre back as well with Ness and Kirk as starters, and then a bunch of options for backup. We could potentially even release Taylor if we end up not using him. Right back, we still need two of at the moment. Cannaville's going to be playing there, which is a long way from ideal. Midfield is absolutely chock full of strength in depth. If we decide we don't need Butcher, if we're not using him, he's another one we can just release and free up wage budget by doing so. Left-hand side, Reece Dottin will probably play on the left, but he's also play on the right, but he's also our best left winger. Tilly's there as well. And then you've got Gedling and Morton who could cover there if need be. Reece Dottin and Tilly, again, are the two options out on the right-hand side. We've also got Joe Gray, who we brought in earlier in the summer, and for some reason wasn't showing on the signings list, was he? Maybe I didn't scroll. But he's another one who's come in on a... no, I think I did show you. I think he was first, wasn't he? He's another one who's in on a non-contract, and we'll use him as much as we need to use him. Theoretically, is our best quicker striker, although it's probably going to end up being Gio Smith. We probably should be training this guy to play as a striker. So I think he's still on holiday at the moment, so we can't. Once he's back off of his holiday, he shouldn't be on holiday. Why can't I train him? I don't understand why I can't. I want to... Yeah. What am I misunderstanding here? How do we get onto his actual trading screen? I've barely touched trading in this FM. Right. Where is he again? Gio Smith. Oh, he's up there. And so we can train him from here, I think. So he's in possession role. We want him to train to be a striker, a channel forward. Yes, take control of his individual training. And he can, yeah, there you go. So we are now trading him to play as a striker. So he will probably end up being our striker, which I'm sure some of you will probably write about when you look at his finishing of 6. I look at his acceleration and pace. That's my priority. Get him running around making a nuisance of himself, and let Cena or Mitchell or Morton or whoever's playing alongside him be there to score the goals. So we certainly still need to strengthen down the right-hand side. We've still got wage budget left to do it. We haven't even started looking at loans yet. And the first day of the season is still a month away. So we are making jolly good progress. Still predicted to finish 11th. I'd love to move up the media preview league before the season starts. Well, that's a little bit of a shame, but they offered him way more money than we were willing to offer him. So Alfie Taylor has left. This is the danger of having the players on the non-contract, I guess. Luckily, it's in a position where we did have pretty solid strength in depth. So we've still got Ness and Kirk as the starters, Cannaville and Shaw as the backups. I think that's probably okay. What is more alarming is another week has passed and we've not brought in anybody else because we can't find a right back. So we have got a... we did have... Hang on. I did have one of these set up. We're going to set up another one of those. I thought I'd already done it. I obviously didn't confirm it somehow. So we are going to sign up right back. We'll also keep checking in on what's going on up here. Maybe it's time to bring in another bunch of trialists. He looks exciting. Let's bring in another wave of trialists as well. Right, this is starting to look like a pretty decent team. We've brought in a couple more players. Warren Taylor was the striker that we noticed when we had a look on the shortlist before. 3 stars of current ability, 4 stars of potential. He's 19. He's a quick goal scorer. We assume. I mean, he's played 1 game in his career. It was in the Premier League though for Burnley, so that's quite exciting. And then we've also signed a new defender. It's not a right back. I think Cannaville probably is going to be our right back, but Lewis Brown came through the latest batch of trialists. 22 years old, 3 stars of current ability, 4.5 stars of potential. He's formerly of Arsenal and West Ham, although he never played for either of them, but he is now in with us. We've still got a little bit of money left. We've still got a couple of weeks before the season starts. We still haven't brought anybody in on loan. So we are going to start exploring that at some point. The problem is they all want money at the moment, and I kind of want to do the free loans if I can. But yeah, I think Cannaville, he can be a right back, right? Does he need to be able to dribble or cross or do any of the right back things? I don't think so. He played in midfield loads before. He's a full back. I mean, it was always going to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, Captain Kirk. Well, as usual, we've run out of time before the season starts, so we still don't have a right back, although a really good one has just appeared on my transfer room in requirement recommendation. So we've made an offer for Genesis Antwi to come in to be our new starting right back, but he's not going to be here in time for the start of the season because that is today. So this is what the team will look like for that match, which will be in the next episode, which if we get to 5,000 likes will be tomorrow morning. And it's going to be Casagrande in goal, a back four of Strachan, Brown, Captain Kirk and Cannaville on the slightly adjusted, more defensive fullback role because I mean, we don't really have a choice, do we? Compton and our Colombian international Uribe alongside him in midfield. New boy Tilly on the left. Reece Dottin, now a permanent Bedford player on the right. And Cena is joined up front by Taylor. I think that is a very strong starting 11. I think we're a lot weaker when it comes to the backups for that. So there's definitely still work to do. We've still got money left and we've still got the loan market to explore. I'm 90% sure, and I'm sure the comment section will correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm 90% sure there's still no transfer windows in the National League. So we're not in a huge rush. And I expect we'll be able to get the better loans after the transfer window closes, which is how we've done it most of the previous seasons. So we're not in a rush to do loans and pay money for them when we can wait a bit and then do them and not pay money for them. Always thinking. But if we get Antwi in, that would be awesome. As far as the media season preview concerns, we've dropped down to 12th. Unacceptable. How good are Altrincham, who we play today? They're not. We need to win on our first day in the National League. Fingers crossed, boys and girls. And if you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.